Particularly with the cases of people where there's self-harming involved, and this is seen as being bad behaviour, and and particularly in some recent cases that have occurred, where there's a number of people who have been engaged in self-harm or are considered high risk. If one of those is seen as someone who needs particular treatment and treatment out of that setting, or in hospital, for instance, that's seen as being a concern that might encourage others to go down the same direction. So
copycat behaviour.
Copycat, yes. Yeah. So it's always the construction of it as being bad behaviour, and people will just copy that. And so if you try and get someone out of the situation into hospital for treatment, that's seen as a reward, and therefore you shouldn't be rewarding bad behaviour.
Is that a persistent problem with mental health practitioners dealing with the department, that they are seen as aiding bad behaviour, that this is not illness, this is a failure of discipline?
Yeah, so there's a constant undercurrent of that is the case, and that that mental health practitioners engaged are sort of seen as sort of soft touches, who will be persuaded by these things, but the security people know more about these things than the clinicians.
Are you confident that clinicians can distinguish between bad behaviour and mental health issues?
It's something, I think that yes, it's something that clinicians, and particularly those who have worked in the system for some time, have worked in other sorts of custodial settings, are very familiar with. Of course, this is not something which easily separates into clear categories either. No. Of course, clinicians are going to always want to err on the side of what's beneficial to their patient and what is safest.
Is that the department's attitude?
So, which is different to the department's position, which is that where they're concerned more with logistical issues and what they view as being the potential contagion and impacts on others.